Okay, it's rained for the last, 2 days, which is okay. I got a lot of work done inside that needed to be done. Yeah, my shed looks messier than ever. Anyway, my shop, we called it a shed, that's what we called it forever. But anyways, one of the things I wanted to do was actually take the wheels off of that machine there, that mower, the Speedrower 240. This has the 16.5 wheels on it. And yes, I know it is. I didn't special order these things. That's the Prairie Special. So they should actually match up just fine with the machine. But anyways, I took those off and I put the regular 14L16 ones on there, which kind of look goofy. They look kind of small to me, being back there. But it handles so much nicer when you're making corners and stuff. So, yeah. So anyway, so I did that. This machine is ready to rock and roll. The case I brought home from the field over in Flemington, that's sitting on the other side. And that one's ready to rock and roll. Other than, well, it's not quite, yeah, that's ready to go. So I've got two windrowers waiting for the sun to shine. But oh yeah, the sun to shine. So that's going to happen, I'm hoping tomorrow that I can get going with these two machines. But anyways, I was going through my messages the other day. I guess it was a couple days ago. Yeah, it had to be 2 days ago. And in there was a really nice letter that was written to me by a guy. His name is Steve H. That's all I got, Steve H. Steve H. asked me to do a shout out for his father, Mike H., in Kansas. The great state of Kansas. Now, I have never personally been to Kansas, but I've been to Nebraska, which is just north of there. And Steve told me that his father loves my videos, which is great, because I like that. I like good compliments. Like, you know, yeah, he just loves to watch them, watches them from 6 in the afternoon until 10 or 11 at night when he goes to bed. Now, Steve also expressed that him and his father never really clicked and got to do things together, you know, as he was growing up. Now, I'm not entirely sure how old Steve is, but they found something in common that they like to do together and they talk about, and that is my videos. So I'm glad that I could bring a father and son close together, because me and my dad are pretty close together. We work together, and we get along pretty good. I mean, there's always an argument or two, and me and Timothy get along pretty good too, and he works here, and he is my son. So the great shout out to Mike H. and Steve H. from Kansas. Yeah, keep watching. I mean, there's always something new going on in the farm here. I'm sure it's a lot different than farming in Kansas. I know it is. Yeah, so yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate all the views that I get. And shout outs are not something that I do very often, but you know, when I get a really nice letter like I got from Steve, you know, about his dad and stuff, then I go ahead and do that. So anyways, I'm hoping that the weather clears out and I can get back in the field so I can continue to produce good videos of mowing, and I'm sure with the two windrowers it's going to make some awesome footage. The other thing is, I did get a comment, and somebody wrote my dad an email stating that I don't do enough in-cab videos, like, you know, me just working and being in the cab. So I guess I'm going to have to do some of those too. I'm not sure what his name was, but because he didn't write me a letter, he just wrote a comment on the page, and it stuck out as, yeah, he's right. I haven't done too many in-cab videos lately of me bullshitting and ranting. And the other one is story time. Story time, you know, the mood has to hit me right, and I have to remember a few stories. But I actually do have one right now, and it has to do with my sister, the one who passed away in May. She loved horses. Absolutely loved horses. Still, you know, to this day, the horses are still here that belong to her. And we'll take care of them until they die here, which is I wouldn't say a financial burden, but it's a pain in the ass. But we'll do it because of her. But anyways, here's the story. Back when I was, let's see, she's a little over 3 years older than I am, so that would put me at about 14 years old. Me and a friend of mine, Daniel Alvin Search Jones, he had too many names. We were kids, 14 years old. He was a little older than me, so he possibly was 15. Anyways, my sister loved horses, and she loved to drive. And she had this Meadowbrook cart that she had bought from not Smucker, she bought it from Isaac Shirk in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And she had it custom made when she was 17 years old. She didn't really care about getting a car or a truck or anything, but she wanted that carriage, so that's what she did. So anyways, me and my friend Daniel Alvin Search Jones were in the front yard of my parents' house because I was just a kid, and I got in the back of this carriage, it was a Meadowbrook cart, and he got in the front. He was the horse and I was the rider. Well, she had seen us do this and she was pissed, so she comes out and she screams at us, and we scatter like cockroaches in the dark when you turn a light on. And of course we go around the back side of the house there and wait a little bit until she gets back to watching TV or whatever it was she was doing. And me and Daniel Alvin Search Jones do the exact same thing. I get in the cart and he starts pulling across the yard. Well, she comes out and she had a whip, a pony whip that she had taken off the cart, and she had laid it there by the house door, the front door of the house. And so she comes out of the house, and I don't know whether I had turned to see what Danny was doing and missed the fact that she was coming up across the yard at about Mach 1 speed with a whip that had, I don't know, probably 10 foot of reach on it, including, with and plus the whip part of it, so she could reach out about 10, 15 feet with this thing. So anyways, by the time I looked back, I yelled to him like, "Look out!" And she comes to whack us. She misses me. He drops he drops the cart, and I bail over the edge, and he smacks face first right into the pin oak tree in the front yard. Scratches the right side of his face all to hell, his neck and his arms. And of course my dad comes out then. He starts yelling at all of us, and Danny's bleeding all over the place, so she had to clean the bark out of his wounds. I mean, there was bark in there. So anyhow, so that was a story that, anyways, the hydrogen peroxide was fizzling, and they had Q-tips, and they were picking pieces of bark out of Danny's face, neck, and shoulder, and, so that was the story. So anyways, I hope I've appeased or pleased everybody that's watching this video, because a trip down memory lane with my sister's pretty good. Her birthday's on the 29th, and it's going to be pretty damn rough around here. So, yeah, I just hope I survive her birthday, because it's really hard on my mom and dad and everybody else around. I even had the neighbor girl that was pretty well raised by my sister. She stopped by today. She has beef cows, and she was tearing up. Actually, she was just downright crying in the field today because there's some other, we were just talking about my sister. So anyways, I hope you like story time. Mike H., Steve H., thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe for more.